Okay, what haven't I played yet? What the hell? When did that happen? Hey! What is going on, my brother? Watashi wa Mundo desu. Welcome back to yet another video on the channel. For those of you who watched my most recent live stream on the... Hold on a second. August 3rd. Okay, cool. For those of you who watched my most recent stream on August 3rd, towards the end of it, you guys might remember that I said, work with me. I'm planning on doing a reaction series to horror videos, scary videos. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. So this will be the first installment of a new series called Freaky Friday Frights. A series where I go onto my Twitter and I take suggestions of scary videos that you guys want me to react to. And if I choose your video, then you get a shout out. I can hear the comments going off right now.
This sounds just like spooky, scary Sunday.
Listen, guys, I get it. But just because I'm reacting to some scary videos with a fun, creative name on a specific day doesn't mean that I'm copying Actually, yeah, it does. Screw it. We're going to call it a completely original concept that nobody has ever done before. Yeah. So if you guys want to be a part of the next one, go ahead and follow my Twitter and send me some scary videos using the hashtag F3X or Freaky Friday Frights. Come on. I want to see the submissions rolling in. I know you got them in you. So do me a favor, grab yourself some popcorn. Hold on. Sorry about that. Grab yourself some popcorn, sit back, and enjoy. So, if you guys are cool with that, I'm cool with that. Let's get this one going, baby. So our first submission comes from Layla, and they suggested we watch 6 Omegle horror stories. Let us begin.
When I was 15 years old, my parents decided to go visit my uncle. I didn't want to go. I wanted to stay home and hang out with my best friend Alex, since we lived in a quiet neighborhood and there was little crime happening there. My parents allowed me to stay home and have Alex over. My mom left a note on the fridge with all emergency numbers, and my dad told me to call him if anything happened.
Okay, first thing first, parents, stupid. 999 police, you got that all fucked up. There's literally 3 numbers and you got that messed up. Stupid.
Happens. I assured them that everything's gonna be fine. Me and Alex were just gonna play video games and have some pizza later. I called Alex,
yes,
and he came to my house 15 minutes later. We played UFC on my PS4 for 2 hours, and then had some pizza. After our meal, we just sat in the living room talking about random stuff. Eventually, we started talking about girls. Alex mentioned a website where you could talk to random people called Omegle.
And here we go.
He also said that he talked to some girls on there, so we decided to go on Omegle and try our luck.
Listen, I have my Omegle phase, okay? You know, people were checking me out. They thought I was,
What is that?
Yeah, I was a bad boy.
For the first 30 minutes, we didn't get matched with any girls. We were starting to get bored. And just when I was moving my mouse to close out of the webpage...
Yeah, you don't match with a lot of what you're expecting on Omegle. It's a lot of peepees.
2 girls showed up on our screen. They were about our age, maybe a little older. We started talking to them, but they were just typing. We could see that they were trying to talk, but we couldn't hear them. We told them to turn on their microphone, but the girl said that they don't have a microphone.
Bullshit.
We continued talking to them. We said that we were home alone, and so were they.
Hold on, what's up with my boy's teeth? Dude, no wonder why they got a microphone. They want to talk to you with those busted ass. I'm being mean. Hold on, I'm sorry. Listen, not everybody has the opportunity to have good dental care and fantastic hygiene. I get that.
They said that they lived in the same city as us, and the same area as Alex and I. But we've never seen these girls before. I thought this was odd because our city's pretty small. After 15 more minutes, they said that we were cute and that we should hang out sometime.
Hey.
Girls usually don't want to hang out with us, so Alex gave them a Snapchat username. As soon as he typed his username, the girls disconnected. We were really bummed out. We didn't even get their names. So we just turned off my laptop and went back to PS4 to play some video games.
They got all the
Some time
information they
passed.
needed.
We were still playing
all
video
the
games
information.
when Alex took out his phone. He had just received a snap from someone called Anna XOXO99. He opened it, and it was a picture of the two girls we met on Omegle earlier. They were walking on a street, and the caption said, "Can we come over and hang out?" Alex immediately looked at me. He didn't ask me anything. I already knew what he wanted, and I said no. He wasn't happy about this, but he understood at the same time.
Smart.
I was texting them saying that he can't come over, and that they should hang out some other time. A couple of minutes later, the girls responded, "Can we meet at the park then?" So Alex asked me if I wanted to go to the park with them. It was only 10 minutes of walking from my house, but I still said no. At this point, Alex was a little frustrated, and he said he was going with or without me.
Okay, Alex, go by yourself.
Right.
Go ahead.
Maybe I should go.
Go get yourself killed.
Am I really going to pass up on an opportunity like this? I looked at my watch, and it was 10:30 p.m. So it wasn't that late, and my dad's friend lived right next to the park, so I said I'd go with him. But if anything seemed strange, we would immediately go back to my place. Alex agreed.
You might not get that opportunity.
He sent the girls a snap saying that we were on our way to the park. They replied that they were waiting for us at the children's playground. We got out of my house and started walking to the park. The whole walk there, I was thinking, what if something goes wrong? We don't even know those girls, and what if someone else was at the park with them? I didn't want to say anything, because Alex probably would just...
Can we talk about how Alex looks like he's stuck in 2006 listening to My Chemical Romance on repeat? No? Just me? Alright.
say I'm paranoid, so I kept my thoughts to myself. After 10 minutes of walking, we got to the park. The children's playground was a little deep into the park, so I asked Alex to ask them to come to the main entrance of the park because we were already there. Alex just said, "Dude, come on," and texted them that we were at the park. After a minute or so that we arrived at the playground, there was no one there. I asked Alex if they responded to our last snap, and he said no, they just opened it. We waited there for a couple of minutes, but there was no sign of the girls. We were all alone in that park. I told Alex that they were probably just messing with us, and that we should just go home.
Go home.
Alex
Take the
wanted to stay
opportunity.
a couple of minutes more.
Yo,
And
Alex.
it passed, and
You
that's when
mad
we heard
thirsty, my
someone
boy.
walking behind us. We turned around, and there was a guy dressed in
Oh,
black,
damn. Hold on.
standing behind a tree looking at us.
Is that them?
He had a creepy smile on his face. I said to Alex that we should go home, and that this wasn't a good idea. Alex agreed, and we started walking back home. The whole time, I was looking over my shoulder, trying to see if the man was following us. And he was. I told Alex, and we instantly started running.
Oh, damn.
Just when we got to the park's entrance, the
Got a
guy
rocket
grabbed
in
my
your ass
hand
and lit it.
started screaming in some insane way. I was screaming and
Oh my
kicking, trying to
God.
get him to let go of my hand. I was calling Alex to help me, but he ran away. The guy started pulling me back into the park. I was screaming as loud as I could, and that's when I saw blue and red lights. The guy must have seen them too, because he immediately let go of my hand and ran deeper into the park. I started running back to the direction of my house when a police officer stopped me.
Oh.
I explained.
Come on, man. You knew exactly what you were doing when you were animating the way that cop looks. My dude does not look suited up to be a cop. Be a mall cop, maybe.
Explained everything to him, and he called my parents. The police officer took me to the police station to wait for my parents to pick me up. My parents came after about an hour, and the police officer told them what happened, and so did I. My dad asked if they caught the guy, and they said they were still looking for him. When we got home,
Dad did not look interested in this whole thing one bit.
the next day, Alex came to my house. He was with his dad, and he apologized for running away last night. He also said that when he got home, he opened his Snapchat, and there was no sign of Anna XOXO99. It was like she never existed.
Okay. Definitely spooky. Realistic? Absolutely. It could happen. I'm sure it has happened in the past. Internet safety is something that everybody needs to learn. You can be taken advantage of so easily. Now we're on story 2 of this video.
For some context, I'm a teenage male, and this happened when I was around 17 years old. Back then, I used to see all these videos on YouTube about Omegle horror stories and pranks. Now, I'm not particularly brave or anything, but if I'm bored, I often find myself going to drastic measures to find something to do. After thinking for a while, I built up the courage to go on Omegle.
Omegle's
I
drastic?
wanted to be funny, so I didn't respond to anything or
I
anyone.
guess.
I then came across this guy that kept saying for me to
Oh,
talk,
whoa,
or
I'm
else.
sorry, dude. No. You see a guy with a face like that, you cut that shit dry. You turn off your computer, you disconnect it, you light it on fire, you toss it at the bottom of the Atlantic. 100 years later, somebody's going to find it, and they're going to reconnect the computer with all the wet parts and get it running up again. They're going to access your hard drive, and they're going to see this dude's face all over it because he possessed the shit out of your PC. Do I need to repeat myself?
And being a teenager, I wanted to make him mad, so I asked what he'd do in the chat. All he said was, "You should talk more," and then left. I feel pretty proud of myself for being a jerk, but slightly disturbed, so I turned Omegle off to work on some homework due the next day. After a few minutes of doing homework, I heard my dogs barking, and they wouldn't stop even when I told them to. I figured maybe somebody made a loud noise, or even had a dog whistle. After calming down my dogs and getting back to my homework, I heard the noise this time.
Oh,
Somebody
damn.
had knocked at my back door.
Oh, shit. Hold on. That scared the shit out of me. I thought somebody was knocking on my door. That shit sounded too real. Hold on. I gotta run that back. That shit sounded so real. That shit
Somebody had
sounded
knocked at
so
my back
real to
door.
me.
My back door is gated with a 4-foot fence and a lock. The only way somebody could get in is if they had a key or jumped it. After looking outside for about 10 minutes, I called my dad and told him everything. He told me that when he gets home, he'll look around. I accepted that because he's a doctor and he's got a lot of work to do. Half an hour passes, my dogs are outside, and that's when I hear a thump outside my door.
Oh,
I looked around,
shoot.
and there was a rock with a note stuck to it. After that, I heard my dogs barking at our driveway. The note read, "I know where you live."
Well, yeah. If somebody knocked on my door and I opened that shit and they were like, "I know where you live," I look at them like, "Yeah, dumbass. I know that. I see you in front of me."
I've never been this scared in my life. I just feel lucky to have 3 dogs in my house at all times. Now, I'm not the kind to show emotion or get scared easily, but that freaked me out. I'm shaking and on the nerve of calling the police. Was this just one big coincidence? Or did the same guy...
Oh, God, dude.
really
Come
somehow
on,
figure out where I
man.
live?
With your creepy ass. All right, guys. So that was story 2. If you guys have now not seen why you should stay off of Omegle, those 2 stories should basically go ahead and tell you stay off of it. Because, again, anything can happen. All right, guys. So this is going to be story 3, and I think this is going to be the last one, okay? If you guys are enjoying it so far, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also leave a comment down below if you want to see these in the future.
When my friends and I were 15 years old, we went on Omegle a lot. I'm sure most of you already know what Omegle is, but if not, it's a chat website that pairs you with a random person for a one-on-one conversation.
You guys know what
You can
Omegle is by now.
disconnect and start a new chat with someone else at any time. At the time, the website was still in its prime and hosted around 150,000 people online at all times. We liked to mess with people and would completely make up who we were. We were young and had a bad sense of humor.
I feel that.
We just
A lot of my sense of humor was filled with pee-pee and poo-poo jokes until, like, now.
Well, one day, we decided to go on Omegle and say some very off-the-wall stuff. On that day, we decided to tell strangers that we had kids locked in our basement.
Why
For
would
whatever
you
reason,
do that?
It was comedy
Why
gold
would you
in our
do that?
15-year-old minds.
You want to get
We
swatted?
thought the reactions would be hilarious. We maybe told 1 or 2 strangers this, and they just disconnected. But then, we connected to a stranger who was either genuinely worried or wanted to play along with the creepy message.
It's all right. It's just Mario. Anybody with a mustache like that, it's okay. They're just Mario. I'm just making jokes, guys. I'm just making jokes. Don't just walk up to random ass strangers. It was just a joke.
We told the stranger our joke for the day. The stranger asked why we would be so despicable and that he would call the cops. We laughed it off and disconnected. We connected to the next stranger, and the first message that popped up was almost unbelievable. "How are those kids in your basement?" We were shocked
Wow.
and disconnected immediately. We tried to laugh it off for a few seconds and connect to another stranger.
Y'all not laughing.
While we were connected to another stranger, another message popped up in the chat. I'm still waiting to hear about those kids. We
the
decided
same
to disconnect
guy?
and reconnect
Every
one more
time?
time. The last message this person sent was, "I'm still here and I'm still waiting for your answer." Finally, we came to our senses and got off the computer for a while.
There you go.
I remember being so worried that whoever that was called the cops on us. Luckily, nothing ever came of it. After that, we stopped going on Omegle as much. I still wonder if a moderator was on the site and had a way to keep connecting to us, or if it was someone who was good at hacking. I'm sure what we told that person
come
freaked them out
on,
as much
man!
as they freaked us out.
All right, that's not Mario.
Overall,
That's definitely not Super
we learned
Mario.
a good lesson
Sorry.
and realized that we weren't as funny as we thought.
This dude was hoping, praying to Sky Daddy himself that there were kids in the basement. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for the first installment of Freaky Friday Frights. Layla, thank you so much for the submission. Remember, guys, if you guys want to be a part of the next video and get a shout out, follow my Twitter and send me the scariest video that you can find using the hashtag F3X or hashtag Freaky Friday Frights. Gotta give credit to Martin Animations. The stories were interesting. They were realistic. Most of all, I feel like that is probably what makes a horror story the scariest. Thank you so much for joining me on this first installment, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please go ahead and leave a fat saucy like. Comment down below what you thought of the video. And if you're new around here or you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're going to be trying to do the Freaky Friday Frights. If I can, I'm going to try and do them weekly. If not, bi-weekly. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how well you guys like them, and then we can push out more of them. And I'm super excited. I hope you guys are excited too, because it's nice to switch up the content every now and then. Always remember to keep your head held high and fight for your dreams every single day. I always appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, Boiiiii.